Hello everyone and welcome back to Roda to Glory. Today's episode we take on a little team, you may have heard of them, known as PSV Eindhoven, and then we also complete the summer transfer window. I do apologize, by the way, if there's not much action in this transfer window. I have basically 7 buttons and about £4.50 to spend on players. Once again, everyone, welcome back to Roda to Glory. So today's episode we take on PSV, as I mentioned, and we do the little thing called the transfer window, or transfer deadline day, as it were. So things going smooth so far. 2 wins, 2 games. Things are looking pretty easy so far. Not that hard at all. And then we play PSV today, and it's going to be a tough game, to say the very, very least. It's going to be pretty tough. Players going out the club. I'm actually trying to get rid of Adil Assar, player mentioned kind of in the original episode. He's an influential player, but honestly, we don't need him. He's getting on now. I'll probably get a decent sort of fee for him, and I can try and reinvest that in the squad, because there are a number of players available to me. I just haven't got the finances or the wage budget to fit them in. I don't want to put the club in jeopardy. I want to be able to build something infrastructure-wise in the near future, of like youth academy, training facilities. I want to build the club up, again, organically, that key word that I mentioned last episode. So balance-wise, things are going really well. 3.6 million, 1.8. So things are going up, which is great. I'm not used to that, so I'm trying to keep that going forward. But anyway, first task at hand, we're playing against PSV. Good news is we have Jorn van Kamp available for the first time in this save. He won't start today. I'm gonna stick with what I have, because you don't want to change the team that much if you possibly can. 2 wins in a row. Why the hell would I want to change it? So obviously, so far so good. PSV, as we know though, are an absolute super stud of a team, and it's just gonna be a very tough game. Honestly, if we can get something out of this, like a draw, I will be ecstatic. So going into today's team, same lineup, no real surprises. US in goal, Ananu at right back, Come with Worker at the centre half position. Keep giggling over that, which is like a attitude of a 5-year-old boy. Van Peppen at left back, Njanic through the holding midfield role, El Makrini, Gustafsson in midfield with Van Velzen on the left. Paulsen continues on the right, had a really good game last time out, a couple of assists, and then leading the line will be Shahin. I still don't know how to pronounce his name correctly, but we're going to go with Danny. Let's call him Danny. Oh, Danny boy. All right, so here we go in today's game, and everyone else on the bench. As you know, 12 players on the bench in Holland, which I really love. Actually, I think it's a pretty cool idea. Which Premier League would do that. All right, so here we go. Yep, just going to let the assistant manager take care of that. He's done a good job so far. No comment on that. I don't really need to comment on a reserve player's injury. So here we go, PSV away from home. These are the things that we dream about when we take over teams in Holland, playing Ajax, PSV. And obviously, it's Eindhoven. I mean, it's a fantastic game. Hopefully, we'll get a good result. All right, first highlight of the game, and PSV on the attack. I'm going to say it a lot this game, by the way. Anu hits it long. Danny can't win it. Here's Pereira. We got to look out for De Jong up top. We know how good this guy is. The Van Ginkel, good interception. Yeah, possession's going to be an issue today, I feel like. Anyway, here's Paulsen on the break now. Gives the ball away, though. Decent block. Here's Hendricks, who actually was signed for me in the Worst Director of Football Challenge I was doing with Southampton. That's a good cross in, and Pereira hits it over the bar. But yeah, Hendricks, actually not a bad player. Very, very solid player as a holding midfielder. Definitely got a bright future ahead of him. All right, here's a corner kick. Here's Van Ginkel in the box, and it's 1-0. Marco Van Ginkel opening the score in here for PSV, and terrible defending from the set piece situation. I actually just fixed the set pieces too, so I'm not understanding why that happened, but yeah. All right, here's another chance of PSV. Van Ginkel got the opening goal to Meyer. Meyer to Van Ginkel, so much space at the edge of the area. There's Lasagna throwing goal, and De Jong makes it 2-0. Yeah, this could be a long game. All right, so let's change our tactics the first time ever. I've been sticking pretty solid, in sticking to what we know, because it's worked. 2 wins in 2. You don't really want to change too much new things. So we're gonna have to change things now, aren't we? Damn it. Let's try doing attacking. Why not? It could go horribly wrong, but what I will do actually is I'm going to try and tell the boys to try and retain possession when you get hold of it. Because obviously possession is going to be key now to get back into this game. We can't give the ball away cheaply. Just like that, that's prime example of they've given the ball away cheaply. There's Pereira, who's picked up a knock to Van Ginkel. Alright, so PSV is going to pass us around, though. It's going to be increasingly difficult as the game goes on to try and get back in there. There's De Jong with the header, and it's 3-0. Oh dear. Well, I kind of knew my world would come crashing down in today's game, which is why I wanted to do this one live, because, I mean, I could have skipped it. To be honest with you. But I thought, why not? We want to see the best teams in Holland, so today we're definitely playing one. Here's Lozana. Oh, it's almost 4-0. It probably should be 4-0. Yeah, this is going to be absolutely embarrassing if I don't change things. Let's go to counter-attacking style, because on attack, obviously, they're just all over us. I was hoping we'd start push forward a bit more, because we did okay. We did okay in the first 30 minutes of the game until they start scoring. I suppose that can be said for a lot of things. Anyway, moving on to his Van Peppen to Van Velzen. He's going to be key today. If we're going to get back into this game, it's going to be through him. There's Van Velzen, gets the ball and great cross to Danny. Oh, that was a chance. That was the chance of the first half for us. Danny should have found the back in that. He's picked up an ankle injury too, so I might bring him off. Might give Van Camp his first run out. All right, so halftime and 3-0 down. So it's looking kind of unlikely it's not going to be our day today. That's fine. Oh, that looks switched off. They were pissed off. I'm never letting you do a team talk again. All right. Here we go. So changes. Should probably keep the same shape. I'm going to bring off Danny. I'm going to bring on Van Camp instead for his debut. He's not a target man. Put him in as a defensive forward. Put him on support. Let's make a change in midfield as well. Why not go for it? Let's bring this on a bit more adventurous, a bit more attacking. Endang is definitely that. Let's have him on as a Mizala. Perfect. All right, so let's give it a shot in the second half. Let's see if we can get ourselves a goal. You never know. If we get an early goal, we might be able to get back in this. Maybe I should put Van Camp down to Camp in front of the goal. What do you think? That's pretty bad, huh? So here's Gustafsson anyway. To Endang, to Gustafsson, to Paulison. There's Van Camp to Paulison. Chance now. Oh, we should have hit across the goalkeeper. But nevertheless, good build-up. Much improved. All right, here's a long goal kick. Well, one in the air for Njatic. To Meyer now. De Jong's on a hat-trick, and he knows Tell's going to be up. He's going to try and get one today. Van Ginkel to Brennett. Good ball to Arias. That's a good cross. And there's De Jong, and there's his hat-trick. It only took him 10 minutes in the second half to get his hat-trick. So, yeah. It's just going to be one of those games. Just going to accept the result, move on, and try not to let the team get too down from this. All right, fine. For third and final change, bring off Paulson. We're going to bring on Engels instead, who just became available for today's game. He actually was going to miss it with a knock, but he was given the all clear just before we kicked off. Anyway, so here's Gustafsson to Njatic to Gustafsson again. Come on, Gus, to Van Velzen. Gets the byline. It's not really a shot or cross. It's kind of a mixture between the two. Hit the crossbar, went out. Still, we played better in the second half. I can at least put a hat on that, you know. Here's Engels now from the corner to Endang. There's Njatic in the box to Gustafsson. He's brought down. It's not a penalty. There's Njatic. Puts the ball back in. There's Cum. And Cum scores! Get in there. Cum slid it in. Great finish there from Cum. Man, I must sound ridiculous. Alright, another chance here. Here's Engels. Engels done well since he's come on. He's looked lively. Ball's put in the box. There's Van Camp! Get in there, Van Camp. On his debut. Fantastic finish there. Camping inside the box, and he smashed it home. Fantastic finish. Alright, so it's made the scoreline look a bit more respectable. And if you look at the match stats, you've actually done okay in the second half. That's good. That's positive. That's something to be happy about. But here's a chance for PSV. Let's make it 5-2 and make it a little less respectable. Here's Meyer to De Jong. He's got a hat-trick today. I mean, that guy is absolutely amazing. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets to move to a bigger league. Ball's put in the box. There's De Jong again, but a good save this time for Neuris. Got some bad news. Ndang actually picked up a twisted knee, but I got no more subs left, so honestly, he's gonna have to just play it out, and hopefully the knock isn't too bad. Here's Van Ginkel to Meyer again. They played some really nice football. They got some good players to work with, though. To be fair, Here's Mayer to Bergwijn, I think that's how you pronounce it. Van Ginkel again. Again, look at this. It's so expensive. This playing keep away right now is making us look like absolute fools. But at least this is kind of an indication on kind of the difference between Roda and, the very top teams. And kind of oh, Jesus, that looked like an own goal, but I think Kerkrade is going to get credited to it. But anyway, it's kind of an indication on how big of a job this is to try and breach the gap between the very top teams in this league and the very bottom. It's going to be quite a task, and what I'm looking forward to. I haven't done one of these in quite some time, so it's good to get into things, and it's okay to get pummeled every once in a while. It's kind of a reminder of how big the job is. But 5-2. Honestly, I don't know how to respond to that, so I'm just gonna leave it. I'm not even gonna bother talking to the guys. What can you say to them at this point? You can try and rev them up and piss them off, or you can try and console them and say they're gonna be angry because you weren't fired up enough. So I'm just gonna leave it. Anyway, 5-2. So we only have a couple of days now of the transfer window. I'm gonna bring you back periodically to see any moves unfold. I've got my eye on a couple of players, but only if I can sell somebody first. Anyway, I'll bring you back if any action happens. All right, so finally we got some piece of good news from this transfer window. We're gonna loan in Jeff Ryan Adelaide from Arsenal for the rest of the season. It's on a pretty cheap deal, $1,000 a week, and then we're also getting a Man City midfielder, Divine Nah. I'll take a look at those players in just a moment when they fully sign, and we're still trying to sell but it's looking difficult right now. We're not getting that much interest, and if they do sign, we're probably not going to be able to sell them for that much. But anyway, Jeff Ryan Adelaide joins the club. He is a superb option for us in that inside forward on the left-hand side of midfield. He can also play on the right side as well. Very, very talented, 6'2", big guy. Can actually play up top. I actually have an idea that I might actually be playing him as a striker at some point. But this guy is uber talented, as you can see. Looking forward to seeing him play as an inside forward for me. Gives us another option because obviously we can either stick out left, we can have the wing out left, stretch the field, or we can have him tuck inside and support this striker. So this gives us another option. Very, very happy with that one. And then Divine Nah, he was we haven't got to pay a penny for him. He's just here on loan for the rest of the year, and we're going to pay him a penny. And he's a pretty good signing too. Very, very solid midfielder. And I figured we should sign another creative midfielder just in case we do sell Adil Assar. But so far, nobody has come in for him. All right, so that is now wrapped up the summer transfer window, and deadline has now passed. So we are currently stuck with the team that we have, and unfortunately including, we still have Adil Assar as well. Unfortunately, couldn't get any solid bits for him. He's still listed right now. We'll see what happens. Might be able to get a pre-transfer agreed somewhere else. But we did bring in two players, Divine Nah, and then obviously Adelaide as well. So very happy to get those two in. And we also brought in Roshan Williams as well. Yet to make his debut, but I'm sure he will in the very, very near future. But that's going to wrap up the episode. Hope you guys did enjoy the episode. If you did, remember to smash a like on it. If you want to see more videos from me or keep up to date with this save, please make sure you hit subscribe, turn notifications on. So far, so good. Sitting 7th place in table, way above expectations. We were expected to fight against relegation. So far, 2 wins out of 3. Can't complain, despite that 5-2 drop in a second ago. But anyway, moving forward, the next episode will probably look a little bit ahead now. Perhaps the Feyenoord game. That's one I know a lot of people will be looking forward to see us play Feyenoord and get my ass kicked again. And yep, that'll wrap it up. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next part. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.